What's going on, family? New day, new beginnings. Before we get started, hit the like and share button, subscribe button, thumbs up button. What I wanted to discuss real quick is the whole Nipsey Hussle saga, the way he's being celebrated after he perished. Let's get something straight. A lot of black people out there, a lot of people in general, they ain't know about the work he was doing, because I think a lot of us are so caught up in the day-to-day, mainly with entertainment. You understand? We don't look at the good that people do when they're alive, but we want to celebrate it when they're dead. You understand? And Nipsey had a lot of videos out there, interviews he did, that's now shown on all social media platforms. I mean, at the time of his timely murder, you know, he was doing things. He was doing something for a person that he cared about that was locked down for 20 years. And I think sometimes we need to see the good in that, instead of us, you know, not looking at reality. You know, we always looking at foolishness, because that's the way us as black people is brought up, just looking at entertainment and not looking at the seriousness when it comes to issues. Not all of us, but the majority of us do. And sometimes we really need to take a step back and ask ourselves, are we going to keep that same energy that we have right now, knowing the things he do? You know, the energy is what we need for ourselves. He did it. You know, he set his family up. What are we doing as people to set our families up? I mean, if you feel that you can't do it alone, you understand, you need to join someone, join somebody. There's a groups out there that, you know, they looking for investors. You understand? They're looking for investors. Invest your money. If you want to own, man, you get with somebody that got a vision. You understand? That's what the Jewish people do. When they purchase a property, it's not one that's purchasing a property. It's a couple of them. The Italians do it. The Asians do it. Everybody do it, except us. You understand? We got to study group economics. The one we study group economics, it become easier for us. We get to build our community. You understand? Once we get to build our community, we keep the money in our community. But a lot of us don't realize that, because we caught up on the selfishness. You understand? Integration screwed us over. You understand? And we don't see that. There's too much information out there for us not to really come together, collaborate, you understand, and build. Don't look towards entertainment no more for your come up. You understand? Because all they do in the entertainment industry, they suck us dry. And at the end, we don't have nothing. Look at all our elders, our older artists. Look at them. They broke and depleted. You understand? What can they do now? They all cooning out. They doing what's wrong. We don't want to be that way. You understand? We need to figure out a way how to succeed, because things are not getting easier for us. You understand? We being undermined at every step. You understand? We calling for reparations, and they're not trying to give us that. We need it's too much out there. Too many scholars out there that's teaching us, and we don't want to hear, because we're consumed with ignorance. We're consumed with being dumb, and we're not dumb people. You understand? We're not dumb people. We just don't know what to direct our energy to. We're spiritual people. We don't pray. We're spiritual. We go by the Spirit. The Spirit is what talk to us. But we've been so confused with integration, confused with want to swirl, confusing, but want to have mixed kids. We want to be a part of society, and society don't want us to be a part of them. And we need to understand that. Just because we have one friend, white friend, one Asian friend, they're cool. But you gotta look at the majority of them. You understand? We have a reason to be upset. They have a reason to hate us, but we have a reason to be upset. And we need to understand that. We gotta keep together. Integration tore us apart. Integration made us weak. Integration made us crave acceptance. Like I told you before in my other video, I don't care about acceptance. I want to be somebody. If me being somebody got to alienate myself from my friends and my family, so be it. If they don't want the same things I want. I'm not saying it's bad in a way, but I'm saying that when people pop off, that's when people want to come around. It shouldn't be that way. We should all be in this shit together. And once we all in this shit together, we all eat together. One person can't feed the whole fucking family. That's unfair for that person. And that's what happened to a lot of these athletes when they make it big. They can't feed the whole fucking family. And they suck dry. And it's unfair to them. And this is something we got to understand as black people. We need to start controlling ourselves and trying to handle our own business. Once we start handling our own business, we get it then. There's too much information out there for us not to get it. Too many books, podcasts. If someone don't want to teach you something, so fuck it. Teach yourself. And stop being fucking lazy. School is not what it's cracked out to be. You know what I'm saying? That's a lie. That's a myth. Go to school, get a good job. That's a fucking lie. And we all need to realize that's a lie. Being an employer is where it's at. Being an employer is not where it's at. If you gotta be an employee to learn and to build yourself, you do that. But eventually you gotta ask yourself a question. Who's more successful, employer and employer? 9 times out of 10 is the employer. Hey, I need to learn that. But family, like I said, before I get started, hit that like and share button, subscribe button. I love you. I'll talk to y'all later. 1.